Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the Cowboys Be Live show, coming to you every Monday through Friday now. Throughout, I don't know how long we're going to do this. We're going to do this for a very long time now. My name is Chris. I'm your host. Please make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. It's great to see you all again. Just a little update on everything that I'm going through right now is I am looking to leave my job in February. I started a media company, Crutchman Media. You guys can find my new page, the CEO Sports Show. You can find that on YouTube. I started a media company. We're doing some good things over there, and we're heading in the right direction. I wanted to add this to my lineup because now this is not under the Crutchman Media banner, but just wanted to start doing this again because eventually I want to leave my job and I need an income source. So that's why we're doing this. Please make sure to hit that like button, subscribe. And I'm also, by the way, I'm also doing this because I love doing this as well. So not a burden. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe. And without further ado, let's get into the episode. Okay, so the Cowboys win a nail biter against the Giants. I get it. It's the New York Giants. I get that people thought that we should have went in there and blew out the New York Giants. And I know that everybody's panicking about the season right now. The Cowboys got their first win under the Brian Schottenheimer administration. That is something that you need to take out of this game and say, okay, it wasn't ugly. It wasn't pretty. We have real concerns about this defense. But overall, they got a win, right? Eagles fans do this all the time. Their quarterback can throw for 100 yards, but as long as they win the game, they're like, hey, we won the game. So when your quarterback throws for like 360 yards and looks fantastic, and the offense has looked fantastic throughout the course of the season, yes, there's been some rough spots in a few quarters here, but your offense looks fantastic. The defense struggles, and you're like, oh, that win doesn't count. But we felt good about them losing the game last week. You won the game. Be excited that your team won the game. Yes, there's some issues that this team needs to fix. And if they don't fix those issues, that's something that we can address later. It's the second game of the season. When you get into a new season, it's all about getting W's. It's all about getting W's in the beginning of the season and the end of the season. In the middle, that's where you get into your midseason form and your team's really clicking and there's some cohesion within the team. And then by the end of the season, it's back to, okay, it's not going to look pretty. We got to tough out some wins. But the Cowboys got to win here. And I feel like Cowboys fans should be excited about that because wins are hard to come by in the NFL. And I get it. It didn't look a certain type of way, but you got a win. And that's what you should be excited about. So let's start off with the game recap. The story of this game between the Cowboys and the Giants are really two people, Dak Prescott and Brandon Aubrey. Dak Prescott made all of the throws when he needed to make the throws. And even in that overtime, he made that throw to Jalen Tolbert. That was a really good throw. Jalen Tolbert needs to come up with that catch. But when Dak needed to get Brandon Aubrey in a position to kick a long field goal and to put the team ahead and to eventually win the game. He made the throws that he needed to make. He made the throws that he needed to make to put this team ahead, to put this team in a position to win the game. And this is why Dak Prescott is one of the very best quarterbacks in the NFL. This is why you pay him the money that you pay him. Yes, was he a few $1 million overpaid? Sure. Who cares? He's a really damn good quarterback. He carries this team to victory. And I think Cowboys fans should be very excited about how Dak Prescott looks. Last year was rough. He did not look good last year. This year, completely different. I mean, look, I think last year the Cowboys lose this game. If this offense didn't play as well as they did yesterday, I think they lose this game. And I don't think they were capable of playing as well as they did yesterday last year because of Mike McCarthy and his scheme and how bland the scheme was. Not only how bland it was, you didn't have Pickens on the outside last year. And Dak looks comfortable. He looks like a guy that is in command. He looks like a guy that he doesn't care what anybody says about him anymore. Oh, you're going to say mean things about me? I don't really care. I'm going to go out here and ball. And that's what Dak Prescott did yesterday. And we have to bring up Brandon Aubrey hitting those field goals because, man, that guy, he's a generational talent. I don't say that quite often about people because I think that gets used way too often. Brandon Aubrey is a generational talent. And the Cowboys need to make sure that they pay him accordingly because this guy is tilting the momentum for your football team. I mean, when you talk about a guy who can kick from as far as he can kick from, I mean, ice water in his veins. I don't know about you guys, but two people that I just wasn't concerned about yesterday that they were going to make the plays when they needed to make them were Dak and Brandon Aubrey. And I've always felt that way about Brandon Aubrey ever since we really started to see that this guy was a legitimate kicker. He is ice water in his veins. And if the Cowboys do not sign him immediately, that's going to be a problem because you cannot let this guy go. I'm going to be honest with you. If the Cowboys were offered a second-round pick for Brandon Aubrey, I wouldn't take it. I mean, that's how valuable this guy is because of the fact that when you have a guy who can change the outcome of games like Brandon Aubrey does, the fact that you don't even need to get past you barely need to get past midfield for this guy to be in a position to give you 3 points. This guy is an absolute weapon. He completely changes the way you play football. And with him playing as well as he did against the Giants and hitting those 2 big-time kicks, I mean, I can't come up for words for how great this guy is. He is one of the best kickers in NFL history. That's the type of air that he has entered into. People said that Brandon Aubrey is the best player on the Cowboys. Is that the case? I don't know. I mean, when you look at players relative to their position, he probably is. I mean, I think this guy can hit from 70. I really do. I mean, that's how good this guy is. Some other bright spots in this game, obviously, like, look, Doc, he had the offensive line. I didn't love what I saw from them. I'm going to have to go back and watch the tape before I really come to a conclusion about how this offensive line played. But I think Doc had enough time to throw on some of these throws that he had down the field. I mean, when you look at the chart, the throw chart that he had yesterday, it's impressive. He is letting the ball rip downfield, and he's looking very comfortable doing it. He had the interception yesterday. Wasn't a good interception. I get it. But when you look at some of the throws he was making yesterday, man, oh man. I mean, look, you can legitimately say that with Dak Prescott, he is making throws that a lot of other quarterbacks don't try to make in these games. Like when you look at a guy like Stafford and the arm arrogance and the confidence in his ability to make all the throws, Dak Prescott has that confidence. But not only does he have the confidence, he's executing when he needs to execute. Like the last 2 weeks, he has put this team in prime position to win football games. And when you look at the rest of this offense, you look at CeeDee Lamb. Obviously, it wasn't pretty in week 1 with the drops, even though he still had a productive game. Difference between productive and good game, because when you drop 4 passes, I cannot say you had a good game. But yesterday, he made plays when he needed to make plays. He came up some really tough catches. George Pickens, this guy is a defensive pass interference machine. Teams really are scared by his ability to make plays down the field. He made plays when he needed to make plays yesterday. That touchdown was fantastic that he had. And overall, this offense, I'm very optimistic about this offense. And understand this about the offense. When you look at the team going forward, Dak's going to be under contract for this is year 1 of the 4-year contract. He's going to be under contract for another 3 years. You have Booker, Beebe, Smith. You have your interior all locked up. Guyton at left tackle. Ferguson, say what you want. I mean, yesterday and week 1, it wasn't a great outing for Ferguson. But then you have CeeDee Lamb under contract. If you sign Pickens, you have him under contract. Your offense is pretty much set for the future. All you have to do is go find somebody that can run the football for you. And you'll be set, right? Maybe it's Javonte Williams. I mean, he was impressive yesterday. That was another guy. All right. I'm wrong about Javonte Williams. I get it. I posted a video where I said the Cowboys should have cut him. I'm sorry. I was basing it off what I saw from Denver. I wasn't impressed by what I saw from Denver from Javonte Williams. This Javonte Williams, I got to give him all the credit in the world. He deserves it. And I got to give the coaching staff credit too, because obviously they saw that and they're like, oh, Chris is saying that we should cut him. Man, that guy doesn't know what he's talking about. But he's been impressive. He's been very impressive for this football team so far. And this Cowboys run scheme, it's been impressive. And the way that they're attacking at the point of attack, that they're blocking the point of attack on the offensive line, it's impressive. I mean, it really is. This offense, and it's clicking on all cylinders right now. I mean, it really is. I want to talk about Brian Schottenheimer because I feel like it's appropriate to talk about Brian Schottenheimer. I've been very impressed by what I saw from Brian Schottenheimer these first 2 games. Has it been perfect? No. He is a first-time head coach. When you look at what he's been doing as a play caller, this offense is clicking right now. And I think he deserves credit for that because at the end of the day, I was told going into the season that this guy, not only would he get no head coaching offers, but he would get no offensive coordinator offers as well. Well, that shows you why a lot of executives get fired because they make bad decisions. If you're trying to tell me that this guy who is calling plays right now didn't deserve a job as an offensive play caller this season. He's been fantastic. Yes, there's been some rough spots. I got it. Once he gets adjusted to the personnel and once the personnel gets adjusted to what he wants to do, this offense, even though it's already clicking, imagine what's going to happen then. And that's where you have to give him credit. Now, special teams, we have to worry about that when it comes to penalties and execution there. But we can isolate the special teams coach and say, you have to do better. But when you look at what he's doing as a coach, offensively and defensively, I mean, they look, at least from a penalty standpoint, pretty disciplined. Is it like crazy to say that? And that's one thing I wanted to see from Brian Schottenheimer was I wanted to see discipline. Is this team a disciplined football team? Special teams needs work, but they're heading in the right direction. And those are the small little things that you see playoff teams and teams that go on to win the Super Bowl or get to Super Bowls or get to conference championship games. They don't beat themselves. And the Cowboys, I really hope that this is a sign that they're not going to be beating themselves in the future because, look, they have the talent offensively to make things happen. We'll talk about the defense, but offensively, they have the talent to make things happen. And they have a play caller who is on the same page as this quarterback. They have a play caller and an offensive coordinator who, really did a good job building a run scheme for this team. And he's on the same page as the offensive coordinator. The offensive line, even though it's young, it looks promising. You got to give Brian Schottenheimer credit. And not only that, I know people don't want to hear this right now because of everything that happened with Micah Parsons and trading Micah Parsons. I got it. Got to give the Jones family credit because they were told how not good of a hire this was, how bad of a hire this was. Brian Schottenheimer, you can't hire him. Nobody wanted to hire that guy. Well, it looks like they made the right hire. It looks like they have the right guy in the building. And got to give them credit for it. Got to give them credit also for signing James Houston as well. I know, like, because here's the thing. I am very fair when it comes to the front office. I criticize them when they need to be criticized, and I give them credit when they deserve to have credit given to them. Got to be fair. But when it comes to Brian Schottenheimer, good things that we've been seeing from Brian Schottenheimer so far. Let's talk about some not good things that we've been seeing from this team. Matt Eberflus has been very disappointing as a defensive coordinator of the Cowboys so far. Week 1 in Philly, you saw some potential in this defense in the second half of that football game. I thought they legitimately played good football in the second half of that football game. But when I look at Philly's offense and what Jalen Hurts is doing over there, I'm starting to think maybe that's more of a Jalen Hurts thing and him being a guy that's not really that great. Like, I look at that offense and I say, it's kind of bland, more than I look at that and say, wow, look at what the Cowboys defense did. And when you saw what Russell Wilson did to this defense, man, I wasn't impressed at all by what I saw from the defense yesterday. I mean, I think they played 95% zone coverage after playing 100% zone coverage week 1. So whatever he is doing, he needs to change that up. Now, I'm willing to wait a little bit on Matt Eberflus, and this is why. Matt Eberflus is obviously a good defensive coordinator. I get it. What we saw in the first 2 weeks, it hasn't been great. He was the defensive coordinator in Indianapolis. He was so good as a defensive coordinator that he got promoted to be the head coach of the Bears. Say what you want about the Bears, but they started to play some good defense under Matt Eberflus. I'm willing to give Matt Eberflus some more time, but what we saw yesterday was unacceptable. And it may be a personnel thing that they're dealing with. And maybe the reason why they're playing so much zone is because Matt Eberflus looks at his personnel and says, that's all we can play. But I would also look at what you were doing yesterday and say, I would live with trying something else here, right? Because of how bad that defense was yesterday. I would live with trying something else. Will it be something that potentially is very bad? Sure. I'm willing to live with that, though, because what we saw from this defense yesterday, unacceptable. Pass rush, it's damn near non-existent. The secondary, they got to do something at safety. I know they just signed Jadeveon Clowney. They got to do something at safety as well, because Donovan Wilson is a deep safety. Teams are targeting Donovan Wilson, and I hope he sees that on tape, and I hope he makes some adjustments. Donovan Wilson is a useful player, but the way they're using him is a liability to this football team. That's just what it is. Defensively, though, I do have some real concerns. One concern I don't have about the defense is Kenny Clark and Oso Odighizuwa. I think that when you look at that defensive tackle duo, they are really showing some impressive things. And they're looking like a duo that you could say, man, this is one of the better defensive tackle duos in football. This is one of the best defensive tackle duos the Cowboys have had in a very long time. They're making things happen there. And what's crazy is, like, when it comes to the run defense, I'm actually very confident in the run defense now. It's the pass defense that I really worry about. And we'll see what happens. I mean, we'll see what happens there when it comes to the pass defense. You need Deron Bland back in a very bad way. So I want to move on to the last topic that I have for the show, and that's talking about Jadeveon Clowney and the Cowboys signing Jadeveon Clowney. I really do like the fact that the Cowboys signed Jadeveon Clowney. I mean, look, they have a bunch of money to spend after trading Micah Parsons, so go out and spend it. This isn't all the Cowboys should be doing, by the way. They need to be inquiring about free agent safeties, and they need to be looking at improving that position. But edge is definitely an area that I think the Cowboys need to improve on. They definitely need some pass rush juice, because right now, the two guys that you are expecting pass rush juice from in Dante Fowler and Donovan Ezeraku, those guys, they're just not giving it to you right now. So can Jadeveon Clowney give you something off the edge as a pass rusher that you can look at and say, okay, we feel good about this. I mean, look, as a run defender, that guy plays the piss out of the run. And you will be better on the edge when it comes to run defense because you have Jadeveon Clowney there. But as a pass rusher, we need more juice on this football team because right now there is just no juice on this football team when it comes to the pass rush. And I get the jokes, well, you could really use an elite pass rusher. To anybody saying those jokes, by the way, you're not funny. And you want to know why you're not funny? Because I've heard it about 100 times so far, and you've stolen the joke from somebody. So that automatically, not only does that make you not funny, that makes me look at you and say, wow, you are corny as hell. I mean, I'm just being honest. I get it. Micah Parsons isn't there. You stole that joke from somebody else. You're not funny. You're not cool. Look at me. I'm so funny. No, you're not. But yeah, this is to me, hopefully a preview of what the Cowboys are going to do this upcoming offseason when it comes to free agency, because now the Cowboys have that money that they didn't spend on Micah Parsons. It's there. You got to utilize this because when I look at this defense, first off, this offense is money. This offense is high powered. And this is just game 2 of this new offense that the Cowboys have. Game 2. So what's going to happen when we get into game 3? You know, not even just game 3, but like later in the season when this offense is actually clicking. Guys know what they're supposed to be doing. And it's not just, hey, you know, we're trying to run this offense and it's trying to look a certain type of way, but the guys aren't necessarily 100% ready to run this offense because of the complexities of it and how different it is from the previous administration. It's a good question. So overall, there's a lot of positives to take from this game, and I think fans need to look at that more than, hey, we were in a close game with the New York Giants. So that's it for Cowboys Beat Live for today. Usually I'm going to go 30 minutes, but it's a little different today because I was supposed to start at 6 o'clock in the morning and I woke up at 5:40 in the morning, which wasn't good. I'm getting used to this. I have the CEO Sports Show. If you guys want more from me, CEO Sports Show starts in 20 minutes. Make sure to go over there and check that out. I would greatly appreciate that. CEO Sports Show on YouTube. Go check that out. I'm really hoping to turn this into a full-time thing. I have the potential to do it, and I'm hoping come February we can make this happen, and I can provide the best Dallas Cowboys content for you guys. That's it for the video. Please make sure to hit the like button, subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. And until next time, I will see you guys later.